Wilderness is an area that is uninhabited or cultivated and supports the Earth's ecosystem in various ways. These wild areas are depleting at dangerous rates. This is extremely worrisome because so much wild will continue to be lost if humans do not change their lifestyles to protect the Earth. People are becoming very selfish towards the planet in many different ways, and many people do not realize how much harm they are causing. After evaluating all of the possible causes and effects of the depletion in wilderness, it has been noticed that all of these ecological problems have been coming from one species: humans. For many years, professional researchers have been warning the public about the effects of incorrect human actions penetrating the nature found on Earth. Throughout the years, these problems have worsened and have been unbalancing Earth's ecological community, causing extensive damage to all living things. It is important for humans to know that they are affecting wilderness because they are destroying the planet through overpopulation, depletion of natural resources, and pollution. Therefore, by educating the public, they can change their lifestyle to help save the remaining areas of wilderness. Wilderness is valuable and important to people in different ways. Every human generation that comes into contact with wilderness comes along with their own beliefs, values, cultures, and customs that they individually practice. This so-called value can vary from one living thing to the other, and this basically means that wilderness is something important in its own way to that specific individual. Wilderness is also important to the Earth because without wilderness, there is an ecological imbalance causing larger problems for the future. Having a balanced ecosystem means that there is stability between living organisms and their environment. To ensure survival, there should be a balance of the availability of food to the number of living organisms. One simple change in the ecosystem can create large problems that affect the way Earth performs. For example, losing more habitat will create larger mass extinctions. Therefore, shifting the ecosystem will create larger problems for future generations and the planet as a whole. Humans are overpopulating, they are using up Earth's natural resources, polluting the planet, worsening public health, causing global warming, and climate change. Overpopulation is worsening at an extremely high rate, and it is causing for natural resources to become limited at higher rates. The current population on Earth is about 7.7 billion people, and the United Nations is currently predicting about 10 billion people by 2100. It is already difficult to replenish these resources at the current population of the world. Now imagine how things may be if nothing is changed and the population rates continue to grow to the expected amount in 2100. There are several ways that humans are causing the depletion in these resources. The overconsumption and excessive waste shows the unnecessary use of these valuable resources. Humans are destroying ecosystems and allowing deforestation, which is causing loss in biodiversity. People are excessively mining minerals and oil. Technology and industrial machinery are being developed uncontrollably. The irresponsible use of land is causing erosion, and people are contaminating and polluting these scarce natural resources. Global warming and climate change are also causing ice caps to melt and increase sea levels due to the high CO2 amounts in the atmosphere. People who live near coastal areas have homes that are being affected due to the uncontrollable amounts of water. This is also difficult for the wildlife who depended on the ice because they will have to perish or adapt to these rapid changes. Humans are causing these issues, and in the end, they are also the ones who are being affected by the consequences from their actions. Wilderness can be held preserved by everyone and anyone as long as they know how these consequences are impacting their daily lives. Education is one of the big reasons why the planet is at a dangerous state in the first place, and it is important to help everyone understand the dangers that may come ahead if lifestyles are not changed. To create change globally, there should be a goal created, and that goal should be worked towards by everyone on the planet. If it is not planned out and organized with detail, change may never happen because people in higher power need to agree upon a decision to help the planet and do everything in their power to make sure that that goal is being accomplished. People can also help preserve wilderness by individually changing their lifestyles to support the change in helping the Earth. People can stand up for wildlife by urging legislators and federal agencies to support wildlife, staying up to date, and getting educated on endangered species and their habitats. It is also important to physically protect the wildlife, and it can be done by doing trash cleanup to help protect habitat. People can continue to reduce, reuse, recycle, save energy, and by avoiding interacting with animals in their natural habitats. Being an educated consumer is also very effective, and people can be one by thinking before buying something, getting information about where the food being consumed is coming from, and by stop buying and selling exotic animals. To sum it up, wilderness is not being preserved or protected, and humans are the ones at fault for it, because humanity lacks knowledge when it comes to the importance of wilderness. There are several ways individuals can preserve the wilderness, and it is important to stay educated on environmental changes that are affecting the planet. Overpopulation, Earth's natural resources, and pollution need to be regulated so they do not continue to create more irreversible problems. One of the only ways to create change in an issue like this one is with education, because people need to understand how their actions are creating ecological problems and ultimately creating problems for the human population and the generations to come. Protect what is important to the lives of everything and everyone. Reconnect with wilderness to perceive the value it holds and the uniqueness of the wild found within it. If nothing changes in the way people are handling the Earth's ecosystem, then there will be even more dangerous catastrophes affecting every organism on Earth.